like the buyback program too as well, like cash for clunkers. See, the buyback program for Obamacare getting your prescription drugs is the same thing for cash for clunkers. Don't you?
Right. Also, the New York Times came out with an article today that schools and sanitation, plumbing, and police and all that stuff is reducing hours to under 30 hours for individuals to bypass the healthcare law. And that's public sector jobs are being cut to under 30 hours because of the healthcare law.
Right.
That has been that's coming out of the New York Times, no less, and they're reporting that.
Right.
So everybody's affected, and that's what I said. And then you got all that going on. So yeah, Obama's ratings is up because he's not talking right now. That's fine, but all the Democrats are still going to lose in November. In fact, Manchin, who's not running for Senate, said that if he had to vote today, he would vote to repeal it. And that came out yesterday. He's trying to backtrack it a little bit, but it's out.
Right. Also, don't forget too.
In a town hall that he will vote to repeal the law.
Don't forget too. We got Benghazi to deal with too as well. We got to expose Benghazi with Hillary Clinton for 2016. You know, we got Jason Elders.
Okay, we'll worry about Benghazi 2016 and 2015 after we go through November. But we should never forget about them and continue to post and continue to remind people. Now, as far as what's going on elsewhere in the world, which is prominent, such as what's happening in Ukraine, Putin was the big. Even though the Ukrainian people kind of won the battle, it was Putin that actually was the big winner because it showed how irrelevant Obama is in this country now because of the foreign policy of the Democrats and the Obama administration.
Right.
We have no power, no clout, no nothing. It wasn't for a few of us that have been working closely with a number of people in Ukraine. If you followed me in the last couple of days, last week actually, through Facebook and Twitter, you would know that I've been working closely with a bunch of people in the Ukraine to keep pushing the pressure up and to get people to get their fight for the freedom. And basically what we did was form the Ukrainian Tea Party movement in Ukraine to get freedom for the Ukrainian people. And we got to the position where they got the early elections coming up, removed one person, devalued the power of the president as much as we could at the time. But we tell them not to disappear, continue to fight because you got to trust but verify, like Reagan said. So continue the pressure, but what you're doing, don't be violent and continue the pressure. Stay there in the presses, keep protesting, keep marching, keep doing what you got to do. But at the same time, make sure don't let the Russians and Putin do what he wants to do, which is to reform the USSR or the Soviet Union.
Right. And don't forget. One more thing too, I want to mention because you're talking about international leaders. Well, guess what? The Emperor of Japan called the Obama regime a weak dictator. That's right. The Emperor of Japan called the Obama regime a dictator.
Also, well, he is one. But the other thing is, we'll go into that a little later. The other thing is that they're not the only area that's looking for freedom.
Israel.
You've got Venezuela.
Israel too. Israel is our ally, and we're not helping Israel right now against Syria.
Okay, that too. But let me continue my trend. Venezuela right now is fighting for freedom. The citizens of Venezuela. Obama's nowhere to be seen. This is the time. See, when you got if you had a strong leader like Ronald Reagan, he would be leader of the free world. And he will stand up and do what's right.
That's right.
Immediately to show what the leader of the free world can do to help people that want to be free. No one said to put troops on the ground, but there are other things we could do. Move our horses around, carry a big stick, speak softly but carry a big stick. The things like that have a little power, a little pull. Obama is a laughingstock in the world. He has no power at all. He's like a mouth at war.
Right.
It's really a faking guy.
Well, he's a Pharaoh of Chicago. What do you expect from a Pharaoh of Chicago?
Israel's concerned, Israel is doing what they got to do
Yep.
to defend themselves. They had bombed a couple places in Lebanon and a couple other places, which I posted, to protect themselves. They know they're in on all by themselves with Iran. Iran is laughing at Obama. They're continuing to do enrichment. The Syrian government, Assad, is continuing with their weapons of mass destruction. And Putin is getting strong in the region, and Obama is leaving our ally Israel all alone because he's an anti-Semitic prick.
Also, don't forget, Great Britain and also Germany and also Australia.
Merkel is working, is helping the freedom fighters in Ukraine, and she is working hard with that. It helps create a vacuum, a way of working between the freedom fighters, aka Ukrainian Tea Party, and the people in Eastern Europe, the European Union, to try and help them out so they don't get overrun by the